Ladies and gentlemen, we have the President of the United States on the Joe Cronin Show to sing us his first song. Guys, take it away, Joe Biden. Thank you.
This next song's called Nobody's Above the Law Except My Crackhead Son. If Trump wants to play, he's gonna pay. If Trump wants to win, he's gonna go away. He's a sin. If Trump wants to play games, he's gonna play them in the rain. And if Trump wants to try, he's gonna die. There's no one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. Except my crackhead son.
Hey now, the new hit
Except
single.
my crackhead son.
Crackhead son.
No one's above the USA. And by the way, Bo was gay.
Oh, no, that's not
though
okay.
I don't
That's
agree.
not okay. I don't approve that. I don't know.
I like under 23.
Oh, come on, man. What's up, everybody? You know what? Back when this song was made a couple of weeks ago, it was very believable. But after what we heard from him the other night, I don't think it's possible for him to sing like this, to be honest. Ooh, we got AEW news. We got WWE Raw last night. We got Shane McMahon flirting with Sasha Banks. Is he going to AEW? A few other things on the table here to really kind of look at, because this is very weird. I'm also back here for a second here on a Tuesday afternoon, so take advantage of me if you want sexually. Feel free to do it. We're waiting for everybody to get in here, though, so the best thing, if you guys want to help, the best thing you can do is click that like button and stick the thumb up my ass so those likes can start circulating the interest of this video to all the subs, because otherwise we're screwed. So hit that like button. We'll be getting started in just a minute. I got a Celsius. I might drink it. I got a cup of coffee. It ain't dog nuts, but it's Dunkin' my own coffee. I made it myself because that's what I do. I can do that because I'm not, guys, I can make my own coffee. Like, I'm fucking amazing. Not a lot of people can do that. I'm serious. Almost nobody makes their own coffee. Come on. I'm special. Okay? Come on, I'm special. So while we wait for everybody to get in here and everybody to click the like button and everybody to do everything they got to do to get this ball rolling that we're live, let's just take a Hawk Tui break real quickly. Hawk Tui break. We'll be right back. Hit that like button. We're going to start in a second.
That can make a man go crazy, do you know? I bet you do. I gotta give him that hawk too. And spit on that thing, hawk too, hawk too. Spit on that thing, dripping on that thing, hawk too. Spit on that thing, on that thing, give me hawk too. Spit on that thing, spit on that thing, spit on that thing, hawk too. I can make a guy open his eyes wide, feel like he's died, make him cry, go numb inside, blow his mind. When I give him that hawk too, and spit on that thing, hawk too, ooh, ooh, hawk too, spit on that thing, drip it on that thing, hawk too, spit on that thing, give me hawk too, spit on that thing, drip it on that thing, ooh, when I give him that hawk too, I can go crazy for you when you give him that hawk.
Oh my God, brother. Oh my god, brother.
All right, so we're just letting this things get circulated here so everybody knows we're live on a Tuesday afternoon. How's everybody doing? I mean, should Shane McMahon listen, I'm not there is nothing off the table in this world anymore. After everything we've seen in the world, never mind wrestling, right? Like, wrestling is a thing too. Like, we've seen things in wrestling we never thought we would see, to be honest, and we've seen it. But, like, forget about wrestling. We've seen things in this world that we never thought we would see. I mean, I'll be honest. Back when September 11th happened, that was the first time when I was like, wow, okay. You know, before that, things were pretty, low-key and everything, and stuff, our parents used to talk about, like, the wars and the crazy things that could happen, and you're just like, yeah, that was back when people were really stupid, the world seemingly has changed, and we're smarter and better and all these things, but then when September 11th happened, it was like, oh, like, wow, this can, at any point, like, this is real. So that became kind of a crazy thing. And, but then, after September 11th, it kind of died down for a while again. I would say until the banking crisis in '08 or whatever, which is the whole point when they realized, oh, shit, these people are going to rise up against us. We got to divide them. We got to divide them as quickly as possible. And most people think that that's what happened, Like, they're like, okay, we got to rise up and split these people up into, like, it's some kind of division, whatever. People are too together. It's just like the war, man. Nobody would have ever gone to war if they weren't like watching the news on September 11th in the morning. People would have been like, yeah, we're not going to go to war. We're all set. We're all good with that. We're all set with going to war. I don't want to go to war. I don't want to do anything like that. I want to sit at home and play Xbox and PlayStation. That's what we wanted to do. So, again, nothing surprises me because we've seen it all at this point. And in wrestling, it's like everything that's happened with Vince McMahon, everything that's happened with AEW starting, everything that's happened with Cody Rhodes leaving AEW, everything that happened with CM Punk coming back and then leaving, and then going back to WWE. Like, there are so many examples of just like, this is never going to happen. Oh, it happened. Or even crazier than that happened. Like, Vince is going to have to die to leave the company. And it was kind of like that, but not. I mean, even though, the allegations and what's gone on, we probably could have all bet that, he could be like Harvey Weinstein or whatever you want to call it. But we really, I think a lot of people really thought, you know what? He's that untouchable. It doesn't matter. He can get away with all this still, as long as he's not, like, doing something actually illegal or, beyond that. I think he'll get away with all this stuff, or he'll get away with being however he wants to be, because he's just too big, man. He's too powerful in WWE, and wrestling is its own little thing. And I think for sure his downfall is being a public company, number one, but also selling the company. If Vince never sold the company and Vince just kept the company, I'm trying to remember the timeline, but it wouldn't have been as easy for him to be in trouble, right? Because the company was public. Yeah, it had shareholders and it had certain people in business practices, but in the end, Vince held most of the shares, and it was still Vince's deal. He's not really answering to anybody but the shareholders. I suppose he could have gotten into some trouble with that, and they could have convinced him to try to step down, but it wouldn't have been the same thing. But selling the company took, all this out of his hands. And yeah, so I mean, ironically, it's like one of the most successful things ever, how Vince McMahon, took over the WWF, whatever, from his father, and where it went. ups and downs to where it eventually settled to really just becoming this mega powerful company. I mean, WWF in the 90s felt like a big company. It felt like a big, powerful wrestling company. And in the late 90s, it's always been a powerhouse. But the business powerhouse that this company turned into, like the revenue and sticking around the way it did, right, to get into this point of the streaming services and all these things that we have right now, because it's never been more valuable because, I don't know, it's hard to say, but, there's positives and negatives to the way the world is now, right? One of the positives, it used to be like this if I'm remembering the structure of everything properly, right? It used to be like this. Somebody funds a TV show. They put the TV show up for a pilot or somewhere. So they spend some money on it to try to produce it. They try to test it. Then eventually they decide to run it. And somebody foots the bill for it, and it comes out for like 3 episodes, 1 episode, or a season or something. And, if the show does well, over time you renegotiate and get paid more and more, and the show does better, and then eventually you go off the air when the show gets canceled or ends or whatever. But, nowadays, there's the ability for a show to make a ton of money for almost like skipping the pilot part. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of what I'm saying, but it's like you'll get paid a ton of money for just nothing. Or you already fund the show and then you shop it around. That happens too. But the point is that you can get paid way overpaid compared to what some other shows used to be. It's like you could be an actor on a show and get paid, $40,000 for being an actor on the show, and then in the 3rd season you're making $1 million. But nowadays you can literally do one show and you can shoot the pilot or shoot the sample season or 1 season of it or a couple episodes, and it's like the thing gets funded right away like crazy. You don't get paid $40,000, you get paid $300,000, $400,000. It's weird. I know this is confusing. It is confusing. It really is. Things are the way they used to be, but they're also really different. It's like if I have a wrestling show, if I produced a wrestling show in front of a crowd and I had it shot already, I had 15 episodes shot, and I pitched it to somebody, it's like somebody could buy that. If it's well produced and it's already done and whatever, it's like somebody might buy this for a lot of money. Because everyone's looking for content and thirsty for content. They need to fill their streaming services with content. It's not as structured as back in the day, we have a 6 p.m. slot. We need this show. We need this certain thing. Now it's just just need shit, throw it on there. Don't, whatever. This will attract 50,000 people or this will attract 100,000 people. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They need content. Some of it, they don't even matter what it is. It's just they need to do it. They need more things. Hey, producer guy or a guy who's in charge of content. There'll be some content marketing guy or content manager. I'm the content manager for Netflix. I need to sign 30 new shows this month. You know what I mean? And it's and I have to keep this budget. And it's okay, we're coming up on the end of the month. There's nothing really left that I see or have that's viable to me, but I need 5 more shows, and I've got, $50 million or $100 million. It's you'll throw, hey, show, I'll take this one, we'll give you $10 million. And it's some people are getting lucky. They're getting paid more than they ever would have. They have a show that never would have aired anywhere but maybe public access or local access or maybe a local deal, right? Maybe you can get the local Fox channel, local Fox 25 or something to run a show, and you get some ad revenue out of it, and that's about it back in the day. But now if you produce something that's pretty well done, it's dude, you can do pretty good with that. It's pretty crazy. But, rest in peace, Rock. Yeah, there's a lot of people dying this week. We have had 2 deaths, right? Because we could be coming up on number 3. We've had 2 deaths. I wasn't sure if I was even going to come on today, but here I am. What's up, everybody? Should I drink from the dad cup? There, I drank from the dad cup. It says dad because I'm a dad. I've pretty much had a horrible vacation. Nothing's gone the right way, really, except for at the beginning of the vacation, so it's been really terrible. I can tell you that I haven't really watched a lot of wrestling. And I'm about to go back. I'm about to go back to work, and I'm about to go back to work, working the most I've ever worked ever, because I'm about to start another part-time deal. So I'm about to really work a lot, and I'm not really looking forward to it. You know, I was hoping that I would do better at my other gig, so good that maybe I wouldn't need to do that. And maybe I would do better on my gig here on YouTube. So I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, it really all goes to hell. So very not happy about that. It's not looking good. But, life is miserable. That's what I've come to realize. So what are you going to do? Life is just about fighting the grind, and it's miserable. That's what I get out of it. But what are you going to do? I watched some of Raw the other day, and it was all right. I thought it felt big at the opening, at the beginning of the show, and part of it was, it was in Boston too, so that was cool. They really had a great shot of Boston outside. I've never, like the WWE drone shot or whatever they did, it looked great. It really looked crazy. They had this great shot of the Garden. They had better shots on Raw. If this was footage from WWE, which I'm assuming this was WWE's own drone footage the other night, if this was their footage, they did a better job than the NBA. I watched the NBA Finals of the Celtics, and it was a good shot. They had good shots, and they had pretty cool things outside. It looked good. But the WWE, the other night, dude, they had an unbelievable shot. Like, the production of WWE is, man, I'll tell you, even when Bucktooth Beaver was still in charge and he was doing some of his really boring, repetitive, stupid shots, he would still have these really cool shots at times, and the production would still be amazing. But, man, that production the other night from Boston, it was really good. Like, it was unbelievable top tier. And sometimes the overproduction of WWE makes it kind of suck or makes it not seem very good or realistic. I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. But back in the 90s and even the 2000s, the early mid-2000s, WWE did such a good job of great camera shots. It made it seem realistic. Like, there was a lot of realistic stuff in the 90s, the 80s, and early 2000s. And then at some point it began to become overproduced. But you can't really help that, because as time goes on, you just get better. You get more cameras, better shots, better ways of doing it, better production, better producing. And basically it all starts looking very fake and cookie cutter because it got so clean. WWE got so clean it didn't look very good. And there are still times now that it looks too clean and kind of cookie cutter and whatever. And we've been complaining about this for years. But one thing I will say is that there feels like, though, that there's a new aspect. There's a new look to WWE on top of it. So while it still has that overproduced feel sometimes, and it doesn't quite have the realistic look that it used to have, one thing that I noticed since these people took over after Kevin Dunn is that there's a movie quality to it, but not in a negative that it's too produced, but like literally like a fantastic, like almost like a superhero vibe or something. And I'm talking about the Uso shot from the bar of the arena coming out in the people from the top of the arena down to the ring. That shot that they started doing that's caught on, the way they produce that it feels like something amazing is happening. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but some of the shot choices, some of the actual camera they're using, the camera switching, like the director's choice or technical director's carte blanche, whoever's doing it, everything looks good. And to me, that's incredible. Like, and there's positioning of lights that are certainly positioned in a certain way. Now, don't get me wrong, there were mistakes. Like last night on Monday Night Raw. Wait, come down here, buddy. I can't hear you. The other night on Monday Night Raw, they had the fog machine in like visible dead on sight. That's all I could see was the fog machine. I'm like, bro, I can see the fog machine. Come here, Finn. I'm streaming, buddy. Come here. What happened? Sorry, buddy. I'm streaming. I couldn't hear you. What happened?
I outsmarted the dog because when she tried to get the burger, she didn't get the burger, but instead the wrapper.
What a goof.
We have to throw the burger in the trash and same with the wrapper.
Yeah, you got to throw the wrapper out or she'll eat the wrapper like an idiot. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back up in a minute. Love you, buddy. Yeah, so the fog machine was clearly there, and it looked bad. Like, that didn't look good, you know. And maybe that, to me, is... I don't know whose fault that is, because I don't want to blame anybody. In my opinion, it should be on the cameraman to kind of, like, move away from that, you know, or realize that's in the shot. Or the director quickly to be like, the fucking fog machine's in the shot. Get out of, like, oh, I look stupid. But, like, you know, it is what it is. So they make mistakes. But the point is, regardless of getting that in the shot, everything else looked really pretty good. So there's a fantastical look that WWE has had recently with some shots in certain situations that it didn't have before. Like they used to say, like, oh, it looks like a movie, or they shoot it like a movie. The production's so good. They used to say that, but I didn't feel like that. What it felt like to me was more clean. It feels like they're very clean and very well lit, and they're very, like, meticulous with what they're doing. But it looks a little cookie cutter to me, everything. So, like, I didn't think it looked like a movie before. Like, I understand the comparison that people wanted to make that, oh, this is like a movie they're shooting. I get it. But it didn't really feel like a movie. Now there are shots. Now there are shots that feel like a movie. And there were a few shots back in the day that they felt like movie quality or cinema worthy in some cases. But I mean, it really feels like the brain of the WWE production went up. Like, it felt like in 2021, the WWE production still was top tier, but it felt like it had been stuck in 2012. Like, WWE got to 2012, and then that was it. They never moved beyond that. So we saw the same exact production for, like, you know, over 10 years. And maybe even more. Maybe I should say, like, 2003 or something. I don't know. But, like, the production was at a standstill of no new visionary or no vision. New visions. And it feels slightly like there's a different vision now, like there's something different. So that's all I can say. Do I still like the content? Was I entertained? Not really. I don't know, guys. Hit the like button if you can. If you guys want to donate, super chats down below. The Streamlabs link is pinned to the top, and we'll talk about the Shane McMahon stuff in just a second. Shit bum.
After September 11th happened, September 12th came.
Very good. That's right, Mr. Pico Boulevard. That is good. I did figure that out as well. Believe it or not, I figured that out also. It was what a day. Nobody will ever forget September 12th and what happened on that fateful September 12th day. Nobody will ever forget that, Mr. Pico Boulevard. Trust me.
Come on out, you rapist!
Come on out. Oh, is that Colonel Stutters? Colonel Stutters became a member. Once again, thank you, Colonel Stutters. We love you. Appreciate that, Colonel Stutters. Good shit. We love Colonel Stutters here on the Joe Cronin Show. Louis Urdaneta has gifted 1 membership. Somebody got a wonderful membership courtesy of Louis Urdaneta. If you guys can, click that like button and stick the thumb up my ass. We are at 50 likes. We want to get to more than that. Alfredo says,
Come on out, you rapist!
oh, Mr. E is the one who got the membership. Congrats, Mr. E. Alfredo says, although Kevin Dunn produced classic camera shots, there will always be a negative reception to his legacy. I love Kevin Dunn. I'm not going to crap on Kevin Dunn for anything, because in the end, there was a few things that I didn't like that he did or didn't agree with or whatever you want to say. But I love Kevin Dunn. Oh my God, the stuff Kevin Dunn did back in the 90s. Kevin Dunn in the 80s and or 90s, whatever you want to say, or like early 2000s. Like I would say, I don't remember when Kevin Dunn took over in WWE. Did he take over in 1987? I don't know. But Kevin Dunn in the 90s, maybe until about 2003, 2004, something like that. But what we can say is for about 15 years, Kevin Dunn was an amazing director. The guy should have won awards. He was a visionary, creative, wonderful. He really was. And whether that's all because of him or some of the people that he had working for him that were smart and he took their ideas, whatever the case is with Kevin Dunn, I'm sure he came up with ideas and other people came up with ideas and they all worked well together. But whatever reason, Kevin Dunn did a great job at that point. But I would say around 2005 and after, you know, Kevin Dunn's quality, his creativity and all that stuff really dropped. It just became cruise control at that point, which I understand. The guy's making, you know, whatever he's making, $1 million a year, whatever it is. And, you know, he's just sitting back, letting the team run the deal. Here's how we do these shots. Here's how we do those shots. This is how we shoot this. Here's how you shoot the Hell in a Cell. Okay, you know, and he's just sitting back there as a producer, basically. He's sitting in a chair and he's got a director. So he's already got a different guy directing, but he's instructed the director how to direct it. Here's how you direct it. Here's what you do. Here's what you want to look for. Here's how we shoot this. Here's how we shoot that. And Mr. Director says, I got an idea, Kevin Dunn. And Kevin goes, no, don't, no. Almost no, like 90% of the time. And maybe once in a while he says, oh, that's a good idea. We could try that out. Go, yeah, why don't you try it out and see what happens? So you get this really stifled creativity and a different dynamic that you used to have, right? Like you used to have the dynamic of, oh my God, I'm Kevin Dunn. I want to prove myself. We got to win the ratings war. We got to do anything we can to get this shot, that shot, different shots. We got to make it look cool. Vince McMahon is working really hands-on with Kevin Dunn. Like, damn it, Kevin, I want it to look like this. I want this to... And so Vince is super hands-on and complaining and demanding things, and Kevin Dunn is coming up with crazy things, and then everybody's head's in the game, and he's the head coach, and he's coaching. But you know, then Kevin Dunn, eventually he became the owner who wanted to tell the coach what to do, and so there's no creativity there. So, you know, that's what happened, in my opinion. I mean, I don't 100% know what happened, but I'm guessing based on, you know, the positions of Kevin Dunn and the changes and how he went over the years, that's where he went. So, I don't know. I don't really understand the Uncle Howdy stuff right now. It seems like the Uncle Howdy stuff is like one step forward, two steps back. So everyone's anticipating this, the screen, the blinking, the screen. And then they show up as these puppet people and everything. And then they attack and kill people, but the people aren't really dead. So everyone just like... Then they take a photo in a restaurant with people. I don't know, man. I don't get it. It feels exactly like what happened unfortunately, when Bray was doing stuff where it was like, one step forward, two steps back. One step forward, two steps back. It's like, why? You know what they should have done? Here's what they should have done. Here's what would have been cool. And it would have been predictable, but that's okay. I don't care. And maybe don't even make it predictable if you don't want to. I would have brought Bo Dallas back. I would have brought Bo Dallas back as I would have brought Bo Dallas back as himself. And I would have said, I call myself Bo Dallas because I didn't want to I didn't want to take from my family's name. I wanted to make my own legacy. And then and he could have had this promo in the ring. And then they could have still been doing the Wyatt, the Uncle Howdy teases, every week. So Bo Dallas is doing this separate storyline where he comes out and tells everybody about himself. And then what would have been cool is people were Dijak. Donovan Dijak or whatever his name is. I don't even remember the guy's real name anymore. Dijakovic. God, I don't even remember his real name. He was literally from my area and was champion here, and I don't even remember his name because so many different changes. But I would have had him just murdered, basically. And now he's gone. So we're going to kill you, and then we're literally going to take you. You're going to leave the company. So, then they release him. So he's gone. Then I would have done it to someone else.
You rapist!
Oh, shit. Allison Tuckwa became a member. Holy shit. 6 months in a row, Allison. Thank you. Allison, thank you. 6 months, baby. Hi, Joe. How have you been? Happy related birthday. What up, Casey is Raw? Casey. What's up, Casey? Hey, Allison. And thank you. Happy birthday to me. So I would have gotten rid of a couple of people, and I would have written them off like they got murdered by the puppet people. And it would have been cool. And I would have had Bo Dallas. So listen to this. I'm going to draw the whole thing out. 4 weeks of the teases, weird stuff from the Wyatt 6. 4 weeks of it. Then I would have had them debut barely. And they attacked Dijakovic or whatever. And it's brutal. It looks like a horror movie, and he's gone. All while a couple weeks before this, Bo Dallas is in the ring, and he a week before this, rather, he's in the ring. He cuts a promo about, his family and himself, and that he needs to find his. He finally found his why or something, why he wants to compete, and he's back and that sort of thing. And he's been depressed, and things didn't work out in the company, whatever. He just got really serious and sad and weird. And then a couple weeks later, then a week later, Bo Dallas comes out again, and he cuts another promo where he's kind of sad and cry baby-ish. Like I just said, he's very down, and he goes, I don't know what I'm going to do next, sort of thing again. And then what I want is somebody to come from the back, somebody to come out from the back who was friends with him or is friends with him. Maybe even Curtis Axel. They could go bring back Curtis Axel. And I want the person to come out, and I want him to grab a mic and say, hey, man, I've known you a long time. You know that we've been up and down the road together. When these people didn't see you on TV, I saw you. When you needed something, I was there. When what happened to Bray happened, I was there. And then they could both cry, they could both hug or whatever. And he's like, listen, man, I'm there for you. Don't come out here and beat yourself up every week, man. He's like you need to, you need to snap out of this, and we need to start kicking ass again, right? And then like the people start cheering and stuff, and he goes, all right. He's like, listen, man, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna da da da. And he could even he just this pep talk type of thing, right? And he become, they're friends. So he's like, listen, man, I'm gonna be in your corner every week, every match you have, until you don't need that support anymore. I'm there for you, just like these people are there for you. And over the next couple of weeks, he has a match or two, and this guy's with him. And then it would be, you could basically have the Wyatt Six taking out a couple people here or there. And then, Bo Dallas could cut another one of those promos in the ring, or maybe have a psychiatrist thing like they did like with the Alexa Bliss. But like they do it in the middle of the ring. I want to do this in front of everybody. It's public therapy. This is what we do. We get out our feelings. And man, I want you to do it. I want you to get it all out in front of these people, in front of me. You don't have to if you don't want to, but he goes, you know what? I want to do it, And he could start sort of confessing, like, it would be cool to have him start confessing to almost like a murderer or something like that. So you think this guy's his friend trying to help him out, and he's back. Something's going on with the Wyatt Six people, but that's unrelated seemingly. But we all kind of know Bo Dallas is like the Uncle Howdy thing. And so it'd be cool if he was like, man, I have these visions of people hurt. And the psychiatrist is like, like that you're hurting people? Yes. Or that I'm watching them be hurt. And the psychiatrist is like, well, how does that make you feel? And he's like, I like it. And the psychiatrist is like, whoa, like this is, hey man, maybe we don't want to do this in front of everybody. No, it just keeps going, it keeps getting darker and darker. And dude, it would have been so cool if eventually the psychiatrist was like, do you, is this something that you're seeking out, that you want to eventually do yourself? And it'd be cool if he was like, well, I have done it, and I want to keep doing it, And the psychiatrist was like, when you look at me, you kind of look angry. Am I making you upset by asking these questions? And it would be interesting if at some point he was like, well, the next person I want to hurt is you. And it got really uncomfortable, and that's when the fucking Wyatt Six showed up right then and there, and they not only beat the shit out of the psychiatrist guy in the middle of the ring, and they just fucked him up, right? And they got all weird with him. And then they just beat the shit out of the other guy, whoever the guy was that was supposed to be his friend, Bo Dallas's buddy. And he was like, I'm the blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm Uncle Howdy. Like, all this crazy shit. And, like, we all knew kind of what, like, that this was going there, but, like, it was this buildup that was interesting to me. Instead, like, I feel like instead of all that drama and fun buildup, that it's, like, dark and stuff, they just kind of, like, it started okay. But the problem is this whole thing of they arrive and it looks cool, but then they kill people, but no one's dead. You know what I mean? And so, like, what is that? What do you mean? Why are people bleeding? Why does it look like a horror movie if it's not a horror movie? So it's like none of this matters. Like, I don't understand what's going on. And then it's like, then we get a Bo Dallas promo where he's acting crazy with Uncle Howdy, and they're going back and forth, and I like the production of it. I just didn't get the substance of it. You know what I mean? Like, my idea is more like a slow, crazy build of like a serial killer or something. And then you could kind of build on it from there of what's really happening or whatever. But like, I just feel like this is random shit happening, and I don't know why. And it's there, then it's pulled back, and then it's there again. And maybe it will make sense later. And it's okay. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting too much about it. But I kind of liked the Bo Dallas thing the other day. I sort of liked that. and it was well produced and it was fun. But I don't know. What's going on, everybody? How's your day? It was basically rained all week. I feel like my whole vacation was like, oh, it's raining again. It was like a funeral the other day, so we couldn't do anything. It was raining all week. I don't even know, bro. What up, Allison? Casey enjoys anonymous truck stop sex. More word salad promos. Yeah, exactly, like the word salad. And I guess my point of what I was coming up with was that, like, there's this crazy stuff going on. Meanwhile, you're seeing Bo Dallas as a normal guy who's, suffering, his loss of his brother, and his career is nowhere, and he's trying to come back, and some guy's trying to help him, and then you get this snapping of him. I don't know. I that would be more fun to me, and him kind of snapping and being like, I've done it. I do it every week. First it was this guy, then it was that guy, then it was Dijakovic. And, like, I smashed his head in between, like, hold on. Something. I want you to see it. This is why you don't understand me, because you don't see what I see. You want to see something? Watch this. And they put on the screen, like, Dijakovic getting his head smashed, and it's replaying over and over again, and it's, like, horrific looking, and the blood splatter on the wall. They get a blood splatter shot. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Do you like that? Like, and it's just like, it would be so crazy, scary, weird, you know what I mean, if it was going that way. But instead, and it was just like, I would understand that more than what I'm understanding about what I'm seeing now. You know what I mean? I remember when I was in 11th grade. I was bored. I didn't like my teacher. I was almost failing every class. The teacher was talking about something about arithmetic, this, that. I wasn't listening. There was birds outside. There was a beautiful view. I didn't like that. But I remember when Bill Thompson and Zachary Clark got in an argument. They got in a fist fight. And Bill got punched right in the nose. It burst open. And I saw the blood. Oh. I became aroused. I was interested. Finally, I was interested in something. I loved the blood. I loved it. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? But you have no direction of what's going on right now. Right now, it just seems like, I'm crazy, you're crazy. I'm crazy, you're crazy. I'm crazy. I don't know. We kill people, but not really. But that's crazy. I don't know. Like, that's what it feels like. Just, it's chaos. We don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, even as, like just cliche-ish or whatever, one-dimensional, like blood, killing, hurting, like, as one-dimensional as that sounds, like, at least I get there's this direction that's going on. And I get maybe we don't want to get the direction yet because that's part of the puzzle and the fun and the mystery of what's going on here. And so maybe I'm just, again, too, like, I want it now. Like, tell me now. But I don't know. That's just the way I just feel lost a bit with some of it. My kids are wondering what's going on. Yeah, they're upstairs. They're like, hey, let's go ask Dad something. And I'm down here like, I saw the blood and I loved it. Like, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? Get the camera. Get the camera. We can go into foster care. I miss the 80s when they would just yell into a mic for a few minutes about how they're going to kick ass. Right. Even Jake the Snake Roberts, right? Me and Damien, I saw your eyes and you didn't even know. But I got a cold belly, and I'd love to put you in it because I'll eat you. You see, you're looking for sympathy, but when I put a bullet in your head in the middle of nowhere, no one's coming to help you. The only one who'll be there is Damien. They'd be like, holy shit, bro, Jesus Christ. And he's just talking. He's just talking. But, anyway, if you forgot to re-up, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Check that out. Shane McMahon spotted talking to Sasha Banks is the story. That's going on. Shane could go to AEW, man. I mean, you would think he wouldn't because of his family and how, but I mean, is this company really the same company anymore? Is WWE anymore? I don't even know. Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, seen speaking to McMahon at Queens Airport. I mean, they probably just ran into each other. There is no confirmed word on what the two talked about, though one PWI source claimed they had a conversation about AEW. Okay. McMahon has been in the news due to rumors about him possibly participating in AEW. CEO Tony Khan has confirmed that while he hasn't spoken to McMahon, Shane would be welcome in the company, which I think is just a big feeler toss of, to grab publicity, which makes sense. McMahon is no longer in a contract with WWE. His recent appearance in WWE 2K14 was done under a previous agreement. Hasn't wrestled regularly since 2019. And it really sucks that the Shane hasn't come back because, Shane got hurt at WrestleMania. The last time I think we really saw Shane in WWE TV, I think, is the poor guy was at WrestleMania and he tore his leg open. And then Snoop Dogg had to do something. So, I don't know, man. It's too bad that we can't get Shane back for a little goodbye or something, if that were the case. But Stephanie's been in the news a lot. I mean, Shane's got to be aggravated, in some ways. Because Shane McMahon, put his body on the line for this company for years. I don't know, man. I don't know the way Shane feels. How do I know how Shane McMahon feels? I have no idea. I'm sure it's not as bad as I am, but in my brain, I'm angry. Because, Shane McMahon came up in the company with his dad, was raised in the company essentially, has always worked with his father, probably thinking that one day this will all be his and his sister's, and that he'd be in charge of things eventually. And instead, other people have been put into places of power. And instead, when he had creativity and creative control of certain things, he was chastised and told he did a bad job and then not allowed to do it again. And eventually, he got let go at one point. So, it's one thing after another with Shane with oh, yeah, yes, you're Shane McMahon, but you're not that great, Shane, whatever. And so I feel like Shane has to feel a certain way. And that is that he's always kind of felt like the outsider in a way, or the, lemming, or like, I don't know. But meanwhile, Shane McMahon has put his body on the line and had great, fun, entertaining moments, matches, situations. He's been so fun and good at times. He's a staple. But honestly, Shane is, in the end, more of a superstar than anything else ever, it feels like. It feels like, Shane McMahon just wasn't the greatest with creativity, or at least it wasn't good for Vince. Vince was always super hard on him. Other people make these mistakes all over the place, or do things that don't work out great. And Vince does, some of those people don't get fired, but Shane had such a short leash. I don't think, like I said, Shane didn't do a great job. That Rumble, it wasn't very good. It was, and some other things were really bad too. But I feel like he had did he really have to be fired, or did he have to really be, whatever? So, but Shane is just better at being an on-air personality for whatever reason. And, I think Shane would be good if he was like the authority figure of WWE, or in AEW, he could do that too. So I could see how Shane would be like, you know what? It never worked in WWE. They would never take my creativity or give me enough chance to mess up and come back from it. Maybe AEW is the place to go, because in AEW, Shane can get away with a lot more. And maybe creatively, Shane McMahon in WWE is like a 6 out of 10 and it doesn't work out very well. But creatively in AEW, maybe Shane McMahon's a 7 out of 10. And for them, that works out great. And Shane McMahon in the ring in WWE is great. But he's getting older. I'm sure he doesn't want to do it. I'm 40. I don't want to do it right now. I'm at the point where I don't really want to do it. If I was a manager, I would do it. I would take bumps and things like that for sure. You know what I mean? But I at this point in my life now, realistically, I would never be able to get in the ring and like wrestle matches. I doubt it. I mean, I could, but I mean, I'd have to be guaranteed money in case I got hurt. Because I never used to get hurt when I was younger. I never got hurt. I was Gumby. I can't tell you all the crazy things I did back in the day, in the ring, out of the ring, and wherever, and I never got hurt. But dude, once in a while, when I've gotten up to do some silly things with a bear or something like that, it's like I've hurt myself, and I'm like, oh, because I'm like not in shape and I'm older, I guess. But like I'm still kind of Gumby compared to other people. It's like I've always had this stunt double guy mentality. Like I can fucking fall downstairs. I can still do crazy shit, but it's like I don't want to do it really now. It's too late. And for Shane to be whatever he is, what is he, 46, 48, 50? I don't even know. How old is Shane McMahon? He's 54. Shane McMahon is 54, guys. Is Shane McMahon now the age that Vince was when he became Mr. McMahon? It's gotta be something like that. Shane McMahon joins AEW. He's jumping off the Titantron. Yeah, he might. Fucker might jump off the Titantron. Well, should Shane McMahon go to AEW? I don't know, but he's been seen talking to Mercedes Moné apparently at the airport. But what does that mean? You know what I mean? I mean, it could mean that something's up, or it could mean that the two of them just ran into each other at the airport because it's like a very popular airport and it's a popular place for wrestling stuff. And there's a lot of wrestling stuff that goes on around that area. And Shane goes to New York a lot, and AEW is near there. So I don't know. We don't have any confirmation about anything, but it wouldn't surprise anybody. It would be a way for Shane to kind of like stick it to WWE a little bit. Maybe stick it to Triple H. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know how he feels. But I know that Shane McMahon has never fully gotten. I don't think Shane and Triple H have ever been 100%. And I think that irritates Shane. And I think that drove a bit of a rift with him and Stephanie. And then Vince's lack of confidence in Shane McMahon. And Vince's kind of like, yeah, okay, son, thing that he did to Shane kind of put Shane off. And so for years, there's been this animosity of Shane and Triple H and Stephanie. And then Vince, where Vince is like, one minute he's supporting Shane And so Shane has a feeling to be there. Now there's no Vince. Triple H and Stephanie probably don't see Shane other than like an entertainment character. And Triple H has got his own things to worry about. And Stephanie doesn't have as much control anyway. So I the guy who basically got rid of Shane isn't even there anymore, but Shane doesn't have the greatest connection, I don't think, with Triple H and Stephanie. It's not that it's like they never fully get along. It's like they get along, and I'm sure they get along, and I'm sure like they would have Shane in some capacity, but there's some kind of like, all right, Shane, maybe we got something for you. We love you, Shane. And at this point, maybe he's like, you know what? Fuck this. Forget this. I'm going to go do my own thing. And I'm going to grow, and I'm going to be, I'm going to create my own new legacy over here with a different wrestling company. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. It seems unfathomable. It seems like it doesn't seem like that would happen. It's going to come down to who does Shane need to do it? Does he feel more loyal? I have no idea. It would definitely be bizarre. And listen, make no mistake about it. It would be bizarre and probably be kind of a fuck you to WWE. Now, maybe Shane McMahon, if he went to AEW, would do an interview and say, no, the bottom line was they let me go. I was released from my contract, and they didn't really have anything for me to do, even though I'm Shane McMahon, and we know who I am and who my father was, and everything else, but they had nothing for me. So, I'm not ready to be like retired yet, and this is an opportunity, and so that's why I'm here. Well, in my opinion, that's kind of a fuck you, but it's also not really, because it's, well, the guy wants to work and he can work and maybe needs to work. I don't know, but that's not a fuck you. That's a, well, they don't want me. This place does. I can go here. I'm going to go do that. But now if he chose AEW over WWE, that's kind of a fuck you, which is fine. That's not even, it's not a problem to drop a fuck you. No problem with that whatsoever. They don't want the name around anymore, says Josh Pope. They don't want the name McMahon around? Yeah, but this happened before Vince. I mean, this has been going on forever. It's not even about this. They've treated Shane weird for years. And they've said Stephanie McMahon's name. Stephanie McMahon is returned. They said Stephanie McMahon. Hold on a second. And Stephanie McMahon was in the crowd the other night too, by the way. So this is under the new leadership after everything that's happened with Vince McMahon. At WrestleMania 40, Stephanie McMahon. So I don't believe that they don't want the name around. That's not true. I think Vince McMahon did something, and they don't want to say the name Vince. They don't want to mention Vince. But the McMahon name is the McMahon name, and the bottom line is Stephanie's still a part of it, and her husband runs the creative. Shane has been mentioned. He's not there, but that's not why. Otherwise, Stephanie would be gone. Stephanie's involved in WWE again.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a surprise to kick off WrestleMania Sunday.
If they wanted to, they could say, hey, it's Stephanie Levesque. but they're not. She's Stephanie McMahon.
That woman right there, one of the reasons that I've had the opportunity to sit behind the desk for the past 27 years. Stephanie McMahon marching to the ring.
They said her name. They showed her name. It's not about McMahon. It's about Vince McMahon. Stephanie McMahon. Who said that? Wasn't that Kurt Angle that said that? He was like, and Stephanie McMahon, like McNugget or something. Oh, man. Let's see. Got to get some takwab. Yeah, go get yourself. Guys, listen, go do yourselves a favor. Go outside and get yourself some takwab. Okay? It's not hard to do it. Where is the clip? Where is it? Hold on a minute. Let me find it. Is this it? Wow, there's so many timestamps. I can't, but he didn't label the timestamps. Oh. I can't go through all these. Get upset at me if I mute you. Don't get mad. Oh, look at that, Eric. I said that and he left it. Oh my God, Eric is known for leaving if you say anything to him, and he left just with that. That was unbelievable.
Fucking Eric.
You see that?
Couldn't
Eric?
last 5 seconds. Oh my God.
Oh, he didn't even give it a chance. He just took off. Oh my God. If you know about Eric, then that's really funny. It's kind of like if you know Teddy Goods last night, it was funny too, but.
Priest Diddy up in here. We touched a lot of girls and yeah.
Oh my God. I found it. I've been looking all over for Nerdy as the Pope or whatever. It's definitely, I thought he did it on 452 or whatever. No, this is from 450. What a creepo. Oh my God.
And then
You look like a character out of South Park.
Oh my God.
look, I don't know what you talking about, man. We out here. We got caught. We got caught, dog.
Priest
We got caught. Priest Diddy. We out, but we having fun. We all right. We on a jet.
Brother.
Jesus Christ, literally. Dork Knight dressed like Trump's lawyer. You know.
Donald Trump.
Accurate.
Oh my God, he's drinking twisted iced tea too.
We getting fucked up, dog.
You see that grill? I wonder how much you paid for that thing. That is
$1.
It's the end of the world. We got a grill. We got jewelry.
the ice.
Now,
in
how
it.
much-
He's got VVs on his wrist, baby.
How much 11-year-old cum? How much 11-year-old cum have you sold to the Vatican to get those teeth?
Not enough, brother. Not enough. We got
okay.
caught.
Oh
It
my
sucks.
God, brother.
We got caught. He's
We got caught.
I just hope I hope all night he says that.
That's what he said.
All night he's like, we got caught. That's
Joe,
right.
that was enough semen to cure some
Joe.
stem cell research. So just think about it.
Oh,
you know?
always diddle, always
Yeah.
diddy, always
The
diddling.
notorious Chugs. We got caught.
Well, speaking of Chugs, I don't know if you've ever watched Adam, what's his name? Adam Cole, baby. You ever watch Adam Cole's Twitch channel, Chugs? It's like he sits there for hours and cries with grown men over video games and feelings. It's one of the worst things you'll ever watch. If you are an Adam Cole fan, I am telling you right now, do not ever watch his Twitch streams. If you're an Adam Cole fan, you will not be one. You will feel
I
sick
swear-
to your stomach. It's hot.
Yeah, smoking in front of your daughter, you terrible parent.
Oh.
Gave her your sickness.
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's what I'm saying
Christ.
right there. How do you feel about that? You want to disrespect me now, you son of a bitch?
Yo, Luke, you ain't got a dad? How old are you again?
Oh my God!
All right.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
way to make the show fun, bud. Keep it up.
We got caught.
Is everybody enjoying themselves? Luke Rojas, everybody, the king of entertainment. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right, so to all you viewers
keep
out
being
there,
You should be, because I just destroyed you once again, just
I
like
feel
I did
like-
with fucking Famous B,
I feel like we haven't gotten any.
just like I did with JB, just like I did with Rose, just like I did with Tony, just like I did with all of them, all the people that I'm not even allowed to fucking mention on this goddamn show. or I'll get in trouble. But guess what? Unlike you, I'm not a little follower bitch. I'll say what I want to fucking say. If Joe's got a problem with it, guess what? I don't give a shit. Transvestite. Transvestite.
Well, no, they have to
Baszler.
keep Cody off now.
But we said they wouldn't be there. You know, we said they wouldn't be there on the show. We're like, all right, that's it, motherfucker. I'm muting him. I can't get a fucking goddamn it, Rastafa, get a better phone. I can't deal with that. I gotta mute him, but because it's just he starts talking, then it disappears and you can't hear what he's saying. Fucking phone. No, we said this for weeks though that it was gonna be a light show because I said, you know, Jake, the one you're going to, unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna be light. That's the only thing that stinks.
Yeah.
Because it's just you could tell that was what they were. There was nothing they could do based on what we were looking at with the house shows around the area and everything. You could argue that the house show in New Hampshire.
The house show in New Hampshire probably would have been better for wrestle card wise because they had some really good matches. I saw the lineup, but no, we had a great time regardless because Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, they played to the audience. They were so much fun. Orton was going around and signing things, and one of the producers was like yelling at him to keep going, but he was signing like signs and stuff like that about people, going around seeing everybody. Logan Paul ran right by us, so that was cool when he ran away.
Yeah, I was looking for you.
They were signing a lot of signs. Jake Cargill signed that one.
Did you try to guilt him into paying your medical bills?
I was hoping so. I was like, here, when they signed the sign really underneath, it's like that stolen art. I just have their signature now, and they just signed away their, you paid for all my shit. Thanks, Finn.
Yeah.
No, they had Jade come out, and she saved Bianca Belair and knock off Naomi. And they went ahead, and now they're having a match, the three of them versus the rest of Damage Control.
Oh, I guess, I don't know. I guess that's not the clip. You gotta email it to me. I know. I mean, that other thing was funny, but was that the clip you really wanted me to play? I don't think so. You do this to me all the time. You gotta email it to me. Email me with the timestamp so I can look at it first, because I don't know what I just heard. You know, I'm not really sure. Well, all right. That's about all I wanted to rant about, the Wyatt stuff and Shane McMahon. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. Maybe, possibly Wednesday night. Maybe. At some point. I don't know. I'll catch you guys. Hit that like button on the way out. Leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you maybe Wednesday night or either Wednesday night or Saturday night. I don't know now. We'll see. I'll see you then. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the President of the United States. Take it away, Joe. Other Joe. Guys, take it away, Joe Biden. Thank you.
This next song's called Nobody's Above the Law Except My Crackhead Son. If Trump wants to play, he's gonna pay.
Oh my God, brother.
If Trump wants to win, you're on the beat. He's gonna go away. He's a sin. If Trump wants to play games, he's gonna play them in the rain. And if Trump wants to try, he's gonna die. There's no one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. Except my crackhead son. Except my crackhead son. No one's above the USA. And by the way, Bo was gay. even though I don't agree. I like 'em under 23. Me and my son in a hotel room. Naked underage girls snorting some crack cocaine in the White House. But we're not to blame. No one's above the law except my crackhead son. No one's above